Hey Facebook friends and YouTube. I'm gonna make a video now about storms. We're having like a crazy rainstorm here today in Gerald, so it just made me think about storms. That, a lot of times storms hit our life and it's not really something that we can predict. So there's really no point worrying about when the other shoe is gonna drop because you never know when it's gonna happen. There's this song called Wear Sunscreen, and it's like a song of advice. It sounds like a graduation speech that used to play on the radio when I was in high school. But one of the things he says is that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubble gum. The real problems in life are apt to be things that never cross your worried mind, things that will blindside you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. And that's very true, is that when crazy things happen, you generally can't anticipate it and you don't know that's going to happen. But what you can do is prepare yourself and build up your faith, build up your trust in God in the good times, so that when storms come, you have an anchor, A lot of times in Psalms, David calls God a shield, and then I think maybe he's also refers to God as an anchor, but I think an anchor is really good because, I've been in the ocean a lot and swimming in the ocean, and those waves can really toss you. One time I literally pretty much almost died because I was getting tossed by the waves. And then my youth pastor came out and saved my life, really. Like, he kind of anchored down into the sand and held on to me, and that saved me. But it's like that. Like, God is like an anchor. Like, when we're getting tossed by the waves, he comes out and holds on to us, and he like anchors down, and then we're okay. And, we don't go under then. Okay, so here's a good verse about that. Psalm 107:29. He made the storm be still, and the waves of the sea were hushed. So, that's the whole point of prayer, is that obviously, like, when we have a storm, we need to pray and call out to God, and He can, and we need to believe that He can calm the storm, Of course, a lot of times we create our own storms, so it's key to have self-control and quiet the storm inside of us if we want the storms outside of us to be still and be quieted. And, there's the whole expression, don't rock the boat. Like, really, you don't want to rock the boat too much. I don't know. I guess there are kind of exceptions. Like, if someone is attacking you, you don't want to just roll over and take it. There is the expression turn the other cheek, but I don't know, it's a fine line to how much we should stand up for ourselves or just be silent. Like, when Jesus was getting crucified, he was just silent and he didn't say anything, but he certainly did put up a fight the rest of his ministry with the Pharisees. So, all right, let's see. All right, so here's the big storm. Oh, that verse was from Psalm 107. He made the storm be still. Matthew 8:23. When Jesus got into the boat, his disciples followed him. And behold, there arose a great storm on the sea, so that the boat was being swamped by the waves. But he was asleep. So that's really interesting. So I think that's supposed to symbolize that we might feel like God is asleep when storms hit our life, but he's not. And I think it also just shows that Jesus was at rest and he was at peace and he wasn't worried when the storm hit. Because God isn't worried, because God can control all things, obviously. All right, so he was asleep. But they went and woke him up, saying, "Save us, Lord, we are perishing." And he said to them, "Why are you afraid, O you of little faith?" Then he rose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. And the men marveled, saying, "What sort of man is this, that even winds and the sea obey him?" So they were like, "We're dying." And he said, "Oh, you of little faith." And I think that can happen a lot to us. Like, when a storm hits and we say to God, I'm dying. Like, this is horrible. And then I'm sure God would like to say back, "Really? Like, you really think it's that bad? Like, there's other people who have gone through worse things. And you will get through this." That's what God would want to say to us. And why don't you have faith? Why don't you have faith in yourself that you can overcome this and get through this? And you should have faith in God that He will get you through this, you know, and that He will make the storm settle at some point. It's not going to go on forever. This too shall pass. So we need to always remember that and take comfort in that. Because anything, I mean, if you look back on your life, anything that was hard, it didn't last forever. You know, it only lasted for a season. And then the sun came out and the clouds parted and the storm was over. There's a good song that we sang in high school when I was in choir. And it went like this. It was like, the storm is passing over. The storm is passing over. Hallelujah. So, I hope that encouraged you a little bit. If you have a storm, just believe that it's passing over, and then it will. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread. For it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. So you need to always have faith in that and trust that God is always with you no matter what. And that's all I'm going to say about that. God loves you all. God bless. Have a good day.